FTRF1. This is Bahrain. Welcome to a night race, which is nice. It's something different, and I'm obviously extremely excited to have another commentator with me that everyone can hear for a change. So hopefully everyone can hear Travis. I'm going to log on to YouTube now just to check out everyone's comments. But I've got SAF1. It's Matt Trav, right? SAF1 Matt Trav.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So Travis, welcome in the comments box. Travis drives for SAF, obviously, on Monday night. That's the Premier League in South Africa. But we also got some ties with SAF. Matt Trav, he's obviously a Red Bull race engineer for Tier 1, although we don't want to talk about Australia, except for Eugene's performance. But Travis also used to drive with us in the FTR. So Travis, welcome to Bahrain, mate.
Yeah, it's good to see some old names. Good to be back. I think it's going to be a good race.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to get some telemetry up here for everyone so we can see what everyone is doing. And let's just find a driver on track so we can just do some sound. So I'm going to log into YouTube. So if you did miss anything next week, you probably missed one of the most exciting races. One of the exciting races that I've had to commentate on in Tier 2. It was Australia. And the guy won. Was literally fifth around the last corner on the last lap. So it was extremely exciting. It was Sniffleiser who came on top, followed by Puff Mason second. And he was followed over the line by, it was Wezo in a Renault. So we had an Alpha, a Red Bull, and a Renault. So Alpha at the moment leading the Constructors' Championship. So if anyone is listening, and hopefully there's plenty of you listening out there, I haven't seen Bonita for ages. I'm not sure if she's decided she's not our top fan anymore. But if you are listening, give us a shout out. Tell us if our sound is good. We are currently with Top Dog at the moment. So we've only got 12 drivers. I think 2 will join us just after quali for the race because of the upload or the new update to the game. A lot of people was working today. So we expect some people to join us a little bit later. But this is an 18-minute qualifying session. Travis, I'm going to leave this for you now. So in terms of tyre choices, everyone at the moment out on the softs. Your take on tyres, your take, because whatever they do the fastest lap on, they're going to have to start on that tyre.
Yeah, definitely. Personally, I think depending how much faster you are on the softs and how consistent you are, especially around this track, especially with tyre wear, it could play into anyone's hands. I mean, a soft hard is definitely a good strategy, just the hards obviously being a lot slower than your mediums or your softs. But I think most people will probably end up doing a soft, medium, soft, or something along those lines.
All right. So Ron at the moment, he is in a Mercedes. He's out on the mediums. So this is Tier 2. Obviously, there is a bit of a time gap differential between Tier 1 and Tier 2. I expect probably tonight top pole position on a soft. Ooh, probably a 126.2 thereabouts, I would say. Probably not far off. Guys, getting very racy here. And there goes the front wing of, I'm not sure who. It looks like Top Dog and Ron got in a bit of a mess of each other there. I think Ron was on a hot lap. And so was Top Dog. So Top Dog always on a faster tire. They got each other a little bit in each other's way. And played the fool with each other a little bit there. But Isatronic goes over the line first. Sean is a 130.2. So Travis, I think pole probably a 120.2, 120.3. If it's a really awesome lap by a driver. Mediums, second slower, probably 127.4, 127.5.
Yeah, I think that's quite a reasonable time for a Tier 2. I think we might see someone pull something out of the bag and maybe do it 126 dead, maybe.
Right. So, yeah.
Let's see.
Look, luckily this is not a Q3 or a Q2 or anything like that. For you, it's just about setting your time. And making sure that you put the lap up. So I just want to set my headset because something is difficult to knock out my headset. Sounds better. So yeah, D at the moment, provisional pole 127.2. You would expect that the banker lap maybe. Chicken Wing, Stefan is out on track at the moment. Nice helmet there by Stefan. He's currently on a 128.9, second or first row of the grid. For him, provisional. Max Star we know can be very quick, but in essence you want to put up a banker lap maybe in the session because it's only 18-minute session. Put a banker lap up, see where you are to the rest of the field, and then maybe go all out the second one. We know the traction on this track is probably not the easiest. I know there's a lot of people in Tier 2 who started switching off traction control, so they might battle in Turn 1. I know I do. But safety cars, virtual safety car, almost an 80% chance if you look at Season 2, and if you look at Season 1 in FTR, Tier 1, 2, and 3, 80% chance of a safety car this evening. Yeah, so it's purely just to get a lap in. So
Yeah,
I see
definitely.
Razor is still in the pit. Sorry, Chav, Razor's still in the pit. Top Dog, he came in on 4th last week after penalties. He's currently on outlap. Ron is also. If you see anyone that looks flying, please tell me, Chav, so we can get on board with him. Syphilizer, our race winner. He is in Sector 2 at the moment, but I don't think he's doing anything. Oh, he is. So let's have a look. Let's have a look and see if he's on a kind of flyer. Doesn't look that way. No. So nice combination of tyres here. We've got low on the mediums. We've got Wezo on mediums. Here, both are still in the pits. Both most are out on mediums. And then all are softs. Two Noakes doing a bit of slipstreaming there. So Ron is on an outlap. I just want to see if we can catch anyone. Puff Macy is on Sector 1 at the moment. So let's keep an eye out on Willem. He is on the mediums. That will be a good sign for us to tell us how far he is behind. So in essence, Willem should be doing if I compare it to Super D's lap, he should be doing a 1:28.2, which I still think is a bit slow. I think the guys will definitely ramp it up with about 6-7 minutes to go as he goes through a Sector 2, start of Sector 2. If we just get the map up here for us. There we go. So Porfmo's teaming up with Gia Botha this season in the Red Bull. They paid lots of money for this beautiful looking car, and I quite fancy the Red Bull Travers. I do.
Yeah, I definitely think it's one of the nicer looking cars on the grid. As much as I don't support Mercedes, I do like their black livery. I think it looks amazing with this Mercedes logos on it, and the black with the turquoise.
With that funky blue or green or blue or whatever
Yeah.
it is, yeah. So Porfmo's has given up his lap. I think he's seen that. Hang on, his mediums is not. Maybe invalidated. Yeah, he invalidated a sector, so he's going to have to start all over again. He's got a little bit of EOS left, so he should be fine to go for another lap. The problem is, if you go for another lap, you're going to have to start on these tyres. And we know, Travis, that this track is extremely aggressive on tyre wear.
Yeah, definitely, especially on your front, front left and rear left. It's also quite tricky to keep them under in the right temperature. So we'll see, I think, quite a few people maybe overheating the front left especially. And that can play into driver behind's hands in the race.
Yeah, so Saf1 Josh is saying good luck to Super D and Top Dog. It's nice to have you, Josh. Josh obviously was our winner in Australia for Tier 1. He had an extremely good race in Tier 1. He was followed by Grimjaw and Eugene. That was the top 3. So it was nice to see as a Red Bull. I'm so passionate about Red Bull. I kind of think I'm the owner of Red Bull in this game. But a good performance by Eugene to get the Red Bulls up and get some points. So I'm not even going to make any fun about this. I am definitely rooting for the Red Bulls tonight. It's close to my heart, so hopefully Porfmo's and Gia can put some laps up. Gia Botha's still not out. Oh, he's out now. He is also on the mediums. So, Top Dog, there we go, 125.5, that's what we expected. Hello, where did that come from? That's a really good time.
I think everyone's put in their bunker laps, and now they're going to see if they can give it everything and try go for the low to mid 125s, I think.
Absolutely. So, Porfmo's going 127.9. If I look at Top Dog, he probably needs another 3 tenths to get into that second bracket. But nevertheless, a good lap by Porfmo. This is only 18-minute qualifying session, so you cannot fall out of the session unless you put half of your car inside a wall, which I tend to do in Australia. But but hopefully no one will do that tonight. Turn 1 very tricky. But obviously traction control kicking in and helping, assisting the guys there. The other guy that I really think that we should look out for is Razor. I've been practicing a bit with him, a good mate of mine. He's got some serious space. For him, it's just about setting up or putting a race together, if you want to put it that way. So he's currently on the mediums. He is in sector 1. So we'll just keep on checking those times. Super D, Ron goes third with a 127.2. So he's just behind Super D. Fourth place demoted to fourth, then low in fifth. Chicken Wing, Stefan having in sixth. Maxstar, definitely some time to gain there for Maxstar, but let's stick with Razor at the moment and see what he can get up to. So Razor in essence is charging a 127.9 on the mediums to pip Porfmace, which is the probably the banker for the mediums at the moment. And Henry Nachel is also, this is the lady that looks after our social media, who does all those sexy things that you see on Facebook and on Instagram and on Twitter. So welcome, Henry. Henry's hubby, Yaku, is racing in Tier 2, so he'll be up for some viewing tomorrow night, and I'm sure she will be supporting him from home. Razor, let's just follow him around the last one. So 126, 127, 128, 128.6. A little bit off it. And he gets pipped by Sean. Isatronic. So let's go a little bit. Let's see what Wezo's out. So Wezo is on an out lap at the moment in the Renault. So Wezo third last week in Australia. Was it third? Or am I talking a lot of nonsense here? No, he was third. Yes, he got promoted to third with a penalty of top dog. So, so if we look at teams at the moment, we've got 2 Ferraris, Top Dog and Super D on the front row. That's good for Ferrari. The Mercedes 3rd and 8th at the moment. Probably expect Sean to put in a little bit of a better time there. The 2 Red Bulls 4th and 5th. Pierre Bertha actually putting a very good lap out on his second lap out there, 128.0, which is literally less than a tenth away from Porfmace. A very good lap there by Pierre. So both Red Bulls on one on the second and one on the third row. The Renaults currently we're following Wezo around, but teammate is in 6th. Only 1 McLaren tonight, and then the 2 Racing Points all the way 9th and 10th, which I don't think that's really where they want to be. So Travis, while we wait for these guys to put in some good times, just over 4 minutes left. How's it going in SAF? How do you find it there? How's the competition? We know that you are leading the championship after your a bit of a eventful race in Vietnam, was it?
Yeah.
Vietnam. So how's SAF going? How's the league going? We know you're the world championship winner or holder from their first season, so this is season 2 for them.
Yeah, it's going well. Competition's definitely very tight. Yeah, other than that, it's going well. Last night wasn't the greatest of races for myself, but still scored points. I'm leading the championship. I think it's by about 20 points, if I'm not mistaken, something like that.
So 20 points after 3 races, I think you couldn't have asked for a better start, really. I mean, that's a good lead.
Yeah, definitely a good lead, good start. But yeah, it's a long season. Anything's possible. Yeah, I know Kunrad definitely very fast in his wheel now. Mackett as well, also really fast. But yeah, it's going well.
But there are some big names around you. I mean, there is Quinton. Obviously, I know Quinton. Quinton is very fast and very consistent. You mentioned Kunrad before. You mentioned who was it? Mackett. You guys also got Dukester.
Yeah.
I think you also
Nadim.
got Zadi and Nadim.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is a lot of fast drivers around you. So it's very proud of you. Proud to say that you come from us, which is probably the only thing that we can say to feel good about that. But well done, Travis, and congratulations from all of us here at the FTR. I mean, That's really hooking up your season well. And I mean, you're obviously involved in FTR as a race engineer for the Red Bull team in Tier 1. So tell us, how do you feel about that experience as a race engineer? Obviously, this is something new that we've tried now last season. It was kind of successful, so we carried it over into this season. How does that, so as a race engineer, how do you feel when you speak to a very chill driver like Eugene, who can also get quite upset if things are not going his way? Then obviously you sit with me, who is definitely a Kimi. I would say I'm a Kimi or a Fernando. I can get extremely rough, especially in Australia. So how do you find this whole being a race engineer?
Look, I think the main thing is it's almost like being a captain, if I can put it that way. You have to keep the whole team cool when they're under pressure. Obviously,
That didn't
some
work so
tracks,
nicely last week.
yeah, that it didn't go very well last week. But I mean, it's a long season. Keep our heads up. I think the Red Bull team will definitely score some podiums, especially Eugene, especially yourself. Um, I
Yeah, we
definitely
know.
think the
We
Red Bull
obviously know
team.
Eugene's got a lot of pace. Eugene obviously come back to us from SAF. He decided to come join us again, and obviously happy to have Eugene. He's a very good mate of mine, and we know he's got pace. So for the Red Bull team, obviously, I would say going into the season, he's definitely the number one driver. I kind of feel like a Fernando Alonso that comes back, 43 years old and still driving Formula One, which is very sad though. Shit. Um, but for a driver, it's very cool to have a race engineer. I think there's a big benefit to that. With just over 14 seconds to go, and we'll chat a little bit about your race engineer experience on the formation lap. Just want to run you through this. So Top Dog seems like he's going to be in pole. Max Star, very good lap by him. I was waiting for D to put up a good lap, and he never disappoints me. So second for him. Super D pushed down to third. Ron, a very good fourth by him. Chicken Wing, I think that's his best qualifying of the season with us. So well done, Stefan. You've got Wolfmeister and the other Red Bull in sixth and seventh. So that's a third row of the grid for them. You've got Wezo and Low also in tandem there. That's the two Renos. On the fourth row, you've got Sean and Sniffleizer. Sniffleizer, our race winner last week. So Sean is retired. Sniffleizer sitting in the pit. So it looks like we're all done and dusted. So it is an alpha and a racing point on the front row. It's going to be interesting. So while we wait for the drive, so just confirmation for you there, as you can see. So sorry, Ferrari. So we've got a Ferrari on top, Max on second, Super Deep third, Ron in fourth, and Razor not the best of qualifying for him back in 12th. Syphilizer in 11th, race winner from last week in Australia. Sean in 10th, very good lap there by Sean. You've got Load, Wezo, and then you've got the two Red Bulls. So talking a little bit about the race engineer, so almost like a captain kind of thing. Keep your drivers calm. Um, yeah. What else is there?
Yeah, obviously you have to know what you're doing with the strategy. I mean that's the whole point of a race engineer. Um, but not only that, it's a matter of knowing where everyone is on track. So you need to know and be able to tell your drivers who's on a fast lap and who they need to let past, what they need to be doing at what time. And yeah, I mean, obviously, if your race engineer is a racer like myself, you can always give your driver some tips while they maybe on a cool down lap. You can say, look, maybe do this, break 10 meters later, or something like that.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's definitely about helping your drivers, knowing where everyone is.
So when I started this whole race engineer thing, my thoughts around it was that as a driver who's sitting in a chatbot and not necessarily with my teammates, there's so many things to look at and so many things to focus on. Obviously, Codemaster does not give you, when you are in the race, the full complement of drivers on your left-hand side. So if I'm chasing after a driver and he pits a bit before me, I do not know where he comes out. I don't know if he's stuck in traffic. I don't know what tire he's on. Um, so that was always difficult. And then you sort of like get caught napping by someone who's doing something different than what you thought you would be. And come end of the race, you feel slightly disappointed because it feels like you missed out on something. So I sort of like suggested the whole race engineer thing so that you can, so that the driver doesn't have to worry about those things. So for me personally as a driver, who's not the fastest around there, I want to focus on racing. I want to focus on making my braking points, not driving into someone, putting in consistent laps. So my race engineer, what I would expect from a race engineer is to tell me, okay, beforehand, okay, who are you chasing tonight? Who's your rivals tonight? Almost like a mini Jeff. So these are your two rivals, right? Let's focus on them for the race. Let's see how qualifying goes. Keep me up to date on where they are, what tires they are on in qualifying. And like you say, finding track space is very important. And then the other thing is to just keep your driver calm. Now, I know I was absolutely far from calm last week. For some other weird reason, I just had absolutely no pace, which was very disappointing because I did put in the time and the hours in Australia, but it just didn't get together. But it's probably to keep your drivers calm when things are not going their way. To tell them, look, there is still a seventh or an eighth or a ninth up for grabs. Don't 2 points is better than nothing kind of thing. And I think that's probably the conversation that you should have had with me last week. Now that I come to think of it.
Yeah.
But we live and learn. This is the first time that you are a race engineer, and like I said, Eugene is probably the easier one to get along with. I'm probably the more difficult one. So we will find each other eventually.
Yeah.
So a 29 lap race. I'm going to get some stuff up. There is a couple of guys in the medium, so let's see who do we need to look out for. So Pofma's Geerboota 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th are all on the mediums. So then you've got 11th and 12th on the mediums. Everyone else on the softs. So we expect him probably, Travis, lap 8 or so in with the softs. Depending on how they look after their tyres and quali. So probably lap 8 first time round for the softs. Maybe lap 13 for the mediums. And then we'll take it from there.
Yeah.
Right, Allo Jansen van Rensburg saying, good luck guys, thanks for joining us, Allo. I know you're also a regular spectator. Thanks for popping in tonight. It's great to have you. Right, so it's all ready to go. 29 laps waiting for us here in Bahrain. You can see there's no COVID rules here. Everyone's standing next to each other, which is nice to see. Yeah, let's get going. And we are, there is a flyer, another flyer. I'm not sure what's going on here. Probably this is the game. But, wow. Not sure what happened there. Travis?
Yeah, on my screen, Maxstar and Low have both been disconnected, so I don't know if that's AI driving.
Sure. Okay, but they have absolute super starts, so they're away, and I can't see any drive-through penalties at the moment, so they obviously made the lights. Sure. Not sure about that. So no penalties. Interesting. But yeah, let's get back to racing. So Maxstar he is in his car at the moment. He's in first, Top Dog in second, Low in third, Super D in fourth. We've got Ron in fifth. So let's start looking, and Low is definitely batting with his internet connection. Ooh, already you can see Ron there taking a bit of his front wing off. Everyone very close to each other. Come on, Codemaster, give us a good camera angle here. Right, so Ron has definitely got some damage on that Mercedes. Not sure. I think he's going to have to come and fit. Yeah, left-hand side of the wing, slightly out of it. So, alright, so he's probably going to be a sitting duck. Oh, man. So Super D now up into second. So we've got a Ferrari 1-2. Ron in third. Wezo currently in fourth. In the Renault chicken wing.
Very low downforce.
Very low, because he looks so fast in these straights. It is ridiculous. So fourth place all the way up to seventh. So have a look and see Geerboota all the way in 12th. Not sure if he had damage or if anything is wrong with that Red Bull, but he lost a couple of positions. Let's have a look. No, everything still looks to be fine. So everything intact there. Still a lot of laps to go. So fuel slightly spreading up there. So Maxstar still ghosting, is he?
Yeah. He
Yeah,
seems to be.
yeah, he's still ghosting, so he's definitely got connection issues. Sean has taken in Electronic ZA, he's now ninth. Razor up into 8th from last, so good start there by Razor on the mediums. Porfma is currently in 7th, and then you've got this whole chain of cars, and I actually want to get to the front of it, which looks like it's Ron with that wing of his. So Codemaster's telling us lap 7 to 9 on the softs, so we're probably spot on with that. Battling a bit to get traction, but he is on the soft, so he should be able to manage that for now, although Wezo is getting very close to him. And this might be the moment that Wezo goes. Wezo goes on the inside. Yeah, and he makes it stick. So Wezo up into 3rd in the Renault on a medium. So that looks very sexy for him at the moment. So let's just see how far they are from the leader. So where's at the moment? 3 laps later, 6 seconds behind, almost 2 seconds a lap that he's lost. But let's not look at the start because that was dodgy. But Wezo now leading. Ron definitely going to lose some time going into the pits. He's been chased down by Papa Whiskey. Or I say Papa Whiskey, Chicken Wing. He's currently in 5th. So good race here for the McLaren driver. He's got Sniffleizer behind him. Let's get on board the Sniffleizer. Sniffleizer on the mediums. Chicken Wing on the softs. So expect Stefan to pull slightly out of him or away from him, being on a faster tyre. You can see it definitely in sector 2. He's got more edge grip. But Sniffleizer keeping it nice again. And I think he's so focused after his win last week. Yeah, magic from him. Oh, big moment for, yeah, I was just thinking, oh boy, here we go. So spun out, got nice out of the way of everyone. He's going to have to recover now. He's fall all the way down to 9th. So not a big chain smash for him. He is on a better tyre, so he can try to catch up with him. Razor now promoted to 7th. Puffmate's 6th position. We know he's very fast. And see what he can do with those mediums. But Wezo probably sitting pretty in 3rd.
Yeah, definitely. He does seem to be running a very low downforce setup, but I think that can help in some ways with tyre wear, not pushing the tyres as hard into the ground. So I think this could play into his hands near the end of the race.
Right, Sniffleizer on the inside of Porfmas here in the Red Bull. Who's going to go? Yeah, nice. Very late braking there by Porfmas. Well done by him. Keep Sniffleizer behind him. We are currently on board with Keegan Isaac, Sniffleizer, winner from last week in Alfa Romeo. He's got DRS assistance in Sector 1. You'll see him switch a little bit. Both of these drivers on the medium, so this is a straight fight. There is no funny business in terms of tyre differential here. Super D now 4 seconds behind Top Dog. Weso another 4 seconds behind him. Alright, so Sniffleizer is still hunting Porfmas, but it seems like Porfmas got his rhythm back, which is good to see from a Red Bull perspective. Here, Berta now all the way in 10th on those mediums. He's keeping it nice and clean. No damage to that Red Bull, so he's chasing after Chicken Wing, which is 3 seconds ahead of him. So you can see him, he's coming for him. And like I said, I mean, maybe another 2-3 laps, then the guys on the softs will pit, so we'll have a look at our front runners, Top Dog and Super D, to see if they do pit and when do they pit.
This is looking like a very good race for Ferrari here. I think they can score a good amount.
This is going to be a handsome points for Ferrari. Obviously, Ferrari is sitting at the moment on the Constructors' Championship. It's only one race so far, so we can't read too much out of it, Travis. But they're currently 3rd on 22 points. Alpha's 1st in 25, and then a Renault in 23. So Renault also sitting pretty in 3rd at the moment. 11's maybe not where they want to be. Followed by the Alphas. Now the Alphas at the moment is sitting currently Sniffleizer in 5th. Only one Alpha yet tonight. And the Red Bull guys, which is on 20 points. So Porfmas in 4th and Geerberta in the single point scoring position. So also not looking bad for the Red Bulls. It's a double points for them, so that's good. So not sure if you know about our new rules, Travis. So if you drive for the top three cars, if you bid on those cars during the auction, which is the Ferrari, the Mercedes, and the Red Bull, you actually get 10 points extra per driver at your home race if you finish within the top five. So, so that's something nice to show. So obviously with the
Yeah.
Mercedes, it will be Silverstone. So if you have two drivers in the top five in Silverstone, they will get their normal championship points, but they will get an additional 10 points bonus per driver for that race. And then the Red Bull team will be Austria-based, and the Ferrari will obviously be Monza.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that makes you want the top three team.
it does, but it also is going to make things a little bit interesting halfway through the season, because I know Austria is just before halfway of the season. Silverstone is just after halfway, and then three quarters in, you've got Monza. So by that time, everyone should be know who they're fighting and why they're fighting them. And that 20 extra points for both drivers might just make a big difference in the championship.
I think Red Bull should also get Japan. I mean, they do use Honda power
I,
units.
I love the way you
Japanese.
think, and it's good to see that you start thinking as a race engineer from Red Bull here. So love it, love it. You are obviously hired for the next four races. Okay, so Zon Reneman is saying, oh, Reheman. Here we go. So, yeah, I'm a bit dyslexic when it comes to things like that. She's saying good luck with the race. Low had some connection issues, but I'm pretty sure he's taking control. Travis, is he back in his car yet?
Yeah, he does look like he's back.
Okay, yeah, he's out of ghost, so he's on mediums. But at the moment, with 6 laps to go, still no safety car, no virtual safety car. There goes my 80% prediction for a safety car so far. Top Dog leading, so it's a Ferrari 1-2, and I tell you what, if this was Monza, you will have the Tifosi all over it. But Wezo in third, fourth Mason fourth, Sniffleizer in fifth. The closest gap at the moment is probably Razor chasing after Sniffleizer. Both of them on the mediums. However, Razor did get a 3-second time penalty. Travis, time penalties on this track, it's not as aggressive as the other tracks. It's not Australia. It's definitely not Russia and France. So it's a much better track in terms of track limits.
Yeah, definitely. I think it can be difficult in Sector 3. But I mean, if you're not pushing the limits every lap, I think it's definitely not going to be a problem. I think when it gets to near the end of the race and people that have done the 2-stop pitted for softs and they're pushing, I think we might see some penalties creep in then. But now that everyone's settled in the race, I don't think there'll be many penalties coming in.
Absolutely. I see the guys are saying on the group, oh, big moment here for Razor, just going on the inside. I wouldn't say that's a dive bomb, but that was very aggressive. And all Sniffleizer did was he kept his cool, just made him go around the long way, undercut him through. So inside line here for Razor. Where's Sniffleizer? He's let him go now. I think he's working on his ERS, maybe for the start-finish. Let's see if he's got ERS left. Ooh, the ERS looks very low at the moment. Razor looking very well after his ERS at the moment. Wow. So Razor gone past. He's currently in fifth. That's probably a personal best for him. But the guys in the group saying that, and I had issues earlier where PlayStation told me that the PSN network is offline. And I battled to log into anything really. I couldn't see friends or anything. So it seems like two of the guys has had that issue where the PlayStation network's not available. That's why the disconnection was there. But yeah.
That's definitely not fun. Yeah.
No, it's not. So field spread out nicely now. Sniffleizer with DRS still from Razor here. Guys on the softs hasn't put it yet. And interestingly enough, Travis, if we look at the leader, the guys on the mediums hasn't lost that much time. Let's take Top Dog out of it because he's got clear track in front of him, which is sometimes not the easiest thing. But Wezo is literally 6 seconds behind Super D. So over the space of 8 laps, he's lost 6 seconds. So it's less than a second a lap to the softs. So not bad.
No, definitely. And I think we'll definitely start seeing the mediums come into a category of their own. I can already see Wezo starting to bring down the gap. Got brought in by 2/10 now. But
Sure.
I think in the next lap or two, we'll see the softs maybe going into pits. Yeah, I see Super D's just gone in.
Yeah, so let's see what Super D, so he's gone in. So let's see what's waiting for D. Is he going hard?
Yeah,
Oh, this is going to be interesting. Now, Travis, 20 laps on the hards. We know this track is extremely difficult and very aggressive in terms of tire wear. Ooh, is this going to be 20 laps on hards? Possible?
it's possible. I will say you do risk a puncture. Definitely.
Oh, big moment. Yeah, there by Geert and Super D. Geert obviously at the racing line. Super D just coming out of the pits. Both of them is going to have. Oh, Geert is going to have DRS.
Oh, that's
brave.
Oh,
that's naughty. That's just naughty. Not even being on the track. Yeah, that was naughty. I'm glad Berta got past him again because yeah, that's why there's a black strip in the middle of the screen. That's for overtaking. Right, so Super D chasing after here. Here still on the mediums. The time though, the differential in tires between the mediums and the hards is 0.5 of a second, so it's not a lot of time. Obviously, this is brand new mediums or brand new hards. This is 8-lap old mediums. But yeah, you get the feeling that if Super D gets past, he's probably not going to pull away from Geert like you would expect him to.
No, I definitely don't think so. Maybe give it another 2-3ish laps, and we might start seeing Super D maybe starting to extend it slightly, maybe about a 10th or so a lap.
Yeah, so he's got the inside line.
But just more coming now for hards as well.
Okay, also for hard, so yeah, the Ferrari decided to stay behind the Red Bull, so good battle here by these two, but he'll definitely get DRS assistance on a start-finish straight. There we go, DRS open, is it? Yeah. And he goes past the Red Bull, so Berta is back into 7th, Super D now promoted to 6th, Low is in 8th position, now challenging also here Berta. So, ooh, is he going on the inside? Yes, DRS assistance for both of them. But I tell you what, Low must be carrying a lot of less wing than everyone else around him. He just looks super fast on the straights at the moment.
Yeah, and not only him, both Renaults seem to be running a lot less downforce than everyone.
Sure.
I think I might try this in a SAF. Race for Renault. Maybe get a.
Don't get those ideas. Don't get that idea yet for tomorrow night. I think we're set in our ways for tomorrow night, myself and Eugene. So don't come upset the apple cart now, Mr. Race Engineer. Let's stick to what we know, I think. I hope. Right, so Wezo, lap 10 pit window, sort of like out of the way for all the guys on the softs. You can see that everyone has pitted. Chicken Wing has pitted again for a new pair of softs, so he's going to do probably soft, medium. It's going to be interesting to see what the medium guys do, if they will get on the hards or if they're going to get onto a soft medium strategy. We'll keep on looking at the leaders. So obviously Wezo in theory is leading now, and he is 11 seconds ahead of Top Dog, who was obviously leading the race before his pit stop. Pit window, Travis, 19, 20 seconds?
Yeah, it's about that.
You should know this, Mr. Race Engineer. I mean, you are engineer tomorrow night, so this is the kind of answers that you should know, my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Some homework. Tapiwa saying, let's go Super D and Top Dog for the Ferrari. Yeah, Tapiwa, welcome to the stream, mates. Nice to have you with us. Yeah, the Ferraris are looking very strong tonight. So, in a net first and second position after the pit stops. Stabilizer still needs to pit Razor, Pork Mason, Wezo. It's going to be interesting to see what tyres they go for. So that gap between Wezo and Top Dog sort of sitting like
10 seconds.
Yeah, it's to 10 seconds now. It was 11 when we started having this conversation. Yes, it could be overtake being used a little bit more, trying to catch up. But in essence, Top Dog has got a clear track in front of him, just Razor up the field from him. So, yeah, if Razor doesn't pit soon, and he decides to make the stint work a little bit longer, Top Dog might just run into a bit of traffic, and that's not going to be good for him. So you can see that gap's now down to 9.8 seconds. So definitely catching Wezo. But yeah, the durability of the hearts, Travis, isn't going to last 20 laps. How are you going to feel 5 laps to the end? We know here, if you touch a curb with slightly worn tires, if you run a little bit wide, it's to the wall you go.
Yeah, definitely. I think the hards can do 20 laps. It'll take a bit of nursing near the end. So anyone that does do a one-stop like a Wezo that's pitting late, it'll definitely play into his hands near the end. But he will have a lot of work to do to try and catch up to Top Dog, I think.
Absolutely. And also, do you really want to be in a defending kind of mode with a guy behind you that's on a brand new set of softs? Do you really want to go that route? So Razor now chasing after Porfmace. He's now within DRS range in the racing point. So it's almost like these tires have come to Razor now. He's 11 laps now. So I still think we expect these guys probably on lap 13. No safety car. So he's chasing after Porfmace now. But Razor looking comfortable. It looks like he's found his rhythm. Top Dog now behind them. This might cost Top Dog a bit of time, trying to get past Razor and past Porfmace. Both of them not pitting probably the next 2 laps. So that might just play nicely. Go, Razor, talking too soon. So Razor goes in. So Top Dog now chasing after.
I see
There we go. Wezo's also in the pits. Yeah. So Porfmace is still out. So let's see what these guys have put on.
Looks like they've all put on hards.
Yeah. So Razor's on the hards. And Wezo is also on a brand new set of hards. Question, Travis. So there was absolutely no benefit to this. You obviously got, if we look at Super D and even Top Dog, you had 2 laps. Your tire's going to be 2 laps fresher near the end.
Yeah.
Is there a benefit of doing a medium hard then? Why don't just go medium, soft, medium? Why not go soft hards? Because obviously your tires is now 2 laps younger. 2 laps is not going to be the end of the world. 2 laps is not going to make you gain 2 seconds a lap. It's not.
No, definitely not.
So, race engineer, would you have made that call and said, "Go on, get onto hards"? Don't want to take anything away from tomorrow night, but would you have said that?
No. To me, soft medium is probably your best. Soft hard is probably your best strategy. The only reason I can see that someone started on the mediums and has gone onto the hards now is they were maybe hoping for a safety car, which could have played into their hands, where they could have either got a free pit stop out of it, or they could have extended the stint and maybe gone medium soft if they really got on their tires. But me personally, myself, I do like to do soft, medium, soft, or medium, soft, soft, personally.
Okay, while we were talking all this nonsense, Porfmace has been taken by Top Dog, so Top Dog is past him. So Top Dog's just cut that time really into nothing. He's leading now. Porfmace is still not pitting, lap 13, he's still on the mediums. Super D, he is on the hards. He's pitted here, Berta still not pitted yet, he's in 4th. You've got Wezo's pitted, Razor, both on the hards, which sort of like got us to the discussion of, what are you going to gain from being on the hards now? Why not just not starting on the softs? Because you literally gain 2 laps. Now, the soft and the mediums, there can't be 2 laps durability between the two. So that's a weird decision for me, from those two, from Wezo and from Razor, unless they know something that we don't. Ron sitting in 7th and Sniffleizer chasing behind him. So Sniffleizer in the Alfa Romeo, he's an 8th race winner last week. He wants to get some points again, just to keep him in the championship hunt. And he is on a brand new set of hards. Ron is on 6-lap-old mediums. So it looks like Ron's going for the double stop. It's going to be interesting to see. And Ron has got some pace. Obviously, this is brand new hards now. And not a big tire differential like we said earlier.
Oh, Porfmace getting a 5-second penalty.
Oh, speeding in the pit lane. That's naughty from the Red Bull guys. So, yeah.
He's also going on the hards.
Also on the hards. Yeah, it's strange decisions being made here. Maybe I'm going to be made like a fool after this race where these guys actually come through, but I really can't see the benefit of that. I do not see Top Dog running into tyre issues if he's got no pressure. At the moment, 7 seconds ahead of Super D. His tyres is 1 lap fresher. All Top Dog really needs to do now is just being lean through most of the tricky sections to conserve his tyres. And that's a comfortable win for him. No one's going to put him under pressure. No one's gone for the 2-stop alternate strategy. So no pressure. Absolutely nothing. Weird.
Yeah.
Right,
Definitely,
Ron. Sorry, Travis.
No, I think, I'm surprised no one's gone for the 2-stop. Personally, I think I would have actually. Or I would have done like Top Dog, soft to hards. But definitely some interesting strategy choices to say the least.
Yeah, so Porthmace now all the way into 5th. Ron chasing after him. Sniffleizer chasing after Ron. Ron looks like he's going to do the alternate strategy. He's on 7 lap old medium. So Ron obviously started on the softs, pitted for the mediums, and he's probably going to go softs at the end of the race. So we'll see how that pans out. So 6 at the moment for him. He's probably going to come out of the pits probably last, and then if he does pit, I don't think he can make it with 2 mediums to the end. I don't think that's possible at all. Sean, also the other Merc driver, looks like they're both on the alternate strategy. Low all the way in 11th. After his disconnection, he's brand new set of hards. Is Ron going to have a look on the inside? Is he? Ooh, nice late braking there. Gives each other space. Yeah, there we go. So a good tight battle between these two. Ron getting again the DRS assistance, and Porthmace seems to be battling a little bit on these hards. And that's the other thing. If you cannot switch these hards on, it's really game over.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I've seen last week, obviously watching from the pavilion, not doing my best at racing, but a lot of guys didn't feel like the hards was working at all.
Yeah, they're definitely a very tricky tire to get right, especially those first 2-3 laps to try to get them up to temperature. But if you can, they're definitely a very good, durable race tire.
Right, so we are more than halfway through this race. No safety car, no virtual safety car. We are currently following the battle between Sniffleizer, Maxstar, Ron, and Porthmace. They're all really here. Maxstar, medium, Sniffleizer, brand new hards, the same as Porthmace. It's going to be interesting to see what Ron does. I know he's not going to get to the end probably on these tires. So it's going to be interesting to see if he does go for the alternate strategy around about lap 21. If he decides to pop in on the softs, try to get the fastest lap. And as I say, that move gets done by Maxstar. Is he made it? Yeah, he's made the move on Sniffleizer. Sniffleizer losing a position there. Maxstar now into 7th, chasing after Ron. But it's not over. Yeah, he's coming back at him on the inside. Ooh, close racing. Good stuff. This is what we want to see. Well done there, Keegan and Dean. Good racing by both these drivers. Get a little bit out of shape out of there because you're following. But I tell you, Maxstar looks like a man on a mission. He's chasing after Ron now. And if he can get that right, he's Porthmace up ahead of him. So this is looking pretty for Dean. Good for the racing point.
Yeah, definitely. And
right, there we go. There we go. He's making it. So let's get on board with Ron. He goes on the inside, makes it look easy. Right, gone through. Ron, 9-lap old mediums. He might be in this phase now where the grip is not what it's supposed to be. And we know that the mediums, probably new mediums, can do 14, 15 laps. So definitely, I think everyone, Maxstar, Dean, Ron, I think they're all going to go for the alternate strategy.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, so Maxstar now behind Porthmace. Are we going to see 2 position changes here in 1 lap? Oh, here we go. Oh, man. That was close. And he just... I don't know if he's carrying no wings, but this racing point is absolutely moving.
That Red Bull made it look like it was looking for parking there.
It looked like an Avalok Australia kind of move. Although I make fun of it now, it wasn't fun last week. Um, but this looks pretty for Racing Point. Both drivers in fourth and fifth. It's going to be interesting to see what Razor and Maxstar is going to do with each other, because Maxstar, the way he's carrying on now, he's just pulling gaps out of everyone. He's going to catch up with Razor Nicholas very shortly, and it's going to be interesting to see. There's a team decision there between those two in terms of what's going to happen. Dean's probably going to have to pit again, so I can't see Razor holding him up. Probably let him go through because he's on the alternate strategy, and then because you know that your teammate's going to have to pit again.
Yeah, but Max are definitely a man on a mission at this stage.
So Top Dog still keeping that gap nice, 7 seconds to Super D. Wezo another 6 seconds or 4 seconds behind Super D. Razor 5 seconds behind Wezo, and 2 seconds between Maxstar and Razor. So you can see it's coming.
Yellow flag.
Ooh, yellow flag, sector 3.
Low
So
spun.
it looks like Low. Yeah, I'm on board with Low now. It looks like he had a spin there. He's currently in
Doesn't
ninth.
look like any damage.
No damage, but he is being chased now by Geerberta. Now, Geerberta can go to the end. He can literally take those mediums to the end. And that's what makes these 50% races so democratic sometimes, because you never know what strategy will work. And I would have expected some of the top runners to go for the alternate strategy. Obviously not. But yeah, no close battles at the moment. Maxstar still chasing after his teammate, Wolfmeis. He is one of the Red Bull drivers in 6th, the other Red Bull driver in 10th. You've got 2 Ferraris on top, 2 Racing Points in 4th and 5th. A Renault in 3rd and 9th. 2 Red Bulls is a 6th and 10th. And the Mercedes is currently 7th and 11th. So it's going to be interesting. I think if the first guy that will probably pull the trigger, if he does the alternate strategy, will be Ron. So we'll keep an eye out on Ron. And like Ron's helmet, wow, that looks very nice with the Mercedes. Well done, Ron. Good fashion choice there, my man. We'll definitely have a chat about that a little bit later. Right, 29 laps to go. I'm waiting for Ron to pull the trigger, if he is going to pull it. And what's that going to... And he pulls it. He pulls it. This will be brand new softs. And Dean also in front of him, also brand new softs. I knew that was coming from Dean, the way that he was pushing. So there we see shiny brand new softs for Dean as he gets out of the pits. Ron going into the pits. Ron's, funny enough, brand new set of mediums. Probably didn't have a set of softs left. Ooh, that's going to be painful for Ron.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be painful.
It might in some ways play into his hands, maybe near the end, because in my experiences, softs are on their peak for about 6-ish laps around this track, and then they slowly start making their way down the cliff. So he might, if he can stick with Maxstar in the first 5-6 laps while they're on the new tires, I think he might be able to make up that lost time.
Okay, so Maxstar now is behind here, and this is going to be ooh. And as I get on board with him, a bit of a nose-pinching moment here from Maxstar onto Geerberta. But he is nevertheless through. He's now on 8th. He's chasing after Low. So Low is 10 seconds ahead of him. So we'll keep on monitoring that gap and see what Maxstar can do. Maybe you could just have a look and see if you can rank up the fastest lap for us here. We'll see that pop up.
Yeah.
At the moment, Top Dog extending that gap now to 8.7 seconds from Super D. Wezo is still in 3rd, Razor in 4th. You don't expect any of the top 7 to pit again. I think we are done for pit stops for them. So let's see what Maxstar can do. Maxstar, in essence, is 50 seconds behind the leader. So it's going to be interesting to see at the end of the race how far he is behind. But there we go, purple sector, someone is outlap in sector 3. So expect some fireworks from Maxstar here as he's chasing after the Renault in front of him with Low. Right, and just in front of Low, another couple of 6 seconds, 6, 7 seconds here is Sniffleizer. So what's the best that Maxstar can do from here, Travis? Obviously, being an eighth, we know he's going to be taking seventh very soon. Fifth, sixth,
I think it might be possible. I see some penalties. But yeah, to get seventh, yeah, to get sixth, it is a
okay.
bit of an uphill battle. But I have faith. I think it's possible. I mean, I think he just hit now the fastest sector one. I think he's about 7/10 up.
Wow.
So he's got some good pace in the softs. So let's see what he can do.
All right, so he's literally on the gearbox of low at the moment. This is just going to be a matter of time. Oh, just look at the traction that he gets out of there.
Oh, there we go.
That's softs for you. That's brand new softs. That's probably a second and a half faster than the Hearts at the moment. So let's
I
see if he crosses
expect
the
to
line.
see a fastest lap
Yeah,
here.
definitely a fastest lap from him.
Yep,
Yeah, there we go. 129.0. So he's got now Sniffleizer ahead of him. And Sniffleizer is 11 seconds ahead of him. 11 seconds, 7 laps. Sure. It's almost 2 seconds a lap. Well, let's keep an eye on that. At the moment, Lowe is trying to stay with Maxstar, which I think is good from Lowe's point of view. Protects him from Giaberto, who's sitting at 9th, Ron in 10th, Isatronic in 11th. But no change up the field. Top Dog now extending his gap even more to 10 seconds, and we haven't been with our race leader. So let's pop in with the Ferrari. Top Dog, solid race by him. He's got 6 laps to negate around this track. Yeah. So Red Fury is saying, Red Fury, obviously one of our Tier 1 drivers, got promoted from Tier 2 to Tier 1. And Red Fury is saying, come on, Mercs. Yeah, the Mercs not having the best of days, Red Fury, all the way in 10th and 11th. Yeah, I'm not sure. As a team, I'm not sure if there's anyone playing a race engineer, but it would have been nice to have a chat to one of the race engineers while there's really nothing happening on track here. I know race engineer for the Super D team, I think that is Bob, if I'm not mistaken. And for the Red Bull team, it is Hanku. We had a chat to Hanku last week, very helpful in chatting to us, almost like very polite, like a Christian Horner, just popping in and saying, how's it? And the two Merc guys, I think actually it's Red Fury. So Giaberto, is he in the pits? He's gone into the pits for softs.
Maybe
Weird.
he wants to try to get a fastest lap.
That's really weird. Fastest lap will not count if you're outside of the top 10, so that's going to be nothing for him. Unless he can grab hold of Sean somewhere along the line, Isatronic said, yeah. So Maxstar has got that gap done. What did we say it was earlier, Travis? How much was it? 11
It
seconds?
was 11 seconds, yep.
Right, it's down to 6.
I think I see he just put in a fastest lap this previous lap, so I
He's
think
really
he's
pushing very hard.
Yeah.
So Maxstar 6 seconds behind Sniffleizer. That's most probably going to be the closest battle that we will have if we carry this momentum forward into the next 5 laps. So 5 laps to go. So he had 7 laps and he was 11 seconds. It's now 5 laps. So in 2 laps he's caught up 6 seconds. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's
Wow. Am I right? Is my math not going the wrong way here? It just
I
seems
think
not
you're
right.
correct. And I see Puffmess has a 5-second penalty, so this could play into Maxstar's hands. He could be in for the top
Absolutely.
5 here.
Yeah, if he keeps it together, we know the penalties plays a long one. So let's just look at penalties while we're at it. So Razor's got a 3-second. Puffman's got a 5-second for speeding in the pit lane. Lowe's not really. Isatronic 6 seconds here. Bertam might be able to jump into 10th if he can get a fastest lap. That will give him 1 extra championship point. Razor's got 3 seconds. So Maxstar, yeah, he might just, I don't know, if he carries this momentum, he might just get fourth. Which tells you that and I mean, let's be realistic. Maxstar wasn't fighting for anything for the top 3 in the first half of the race because of his disconnection. So if he was literally not disconnected, where would this have left him? Interesting.
Got
Mr.
to
Race
get done, sir.
Engineer, I hope you're making some notes here for tomorrow night, yeah?
I see he's got the gap down to 3.5 now.
Oh my word. I tell you what, if he does get a fourth, he will be definitely my driver of the day. I still fancy the alternate strategy. Not sure why. Probably because I don't have pace. But Dean's making the most out of this. He is really, I mean, he got disconnected for probably a quarter of the race, stone last at a stage. And took control of his car. Never give up. That's part of our motto at FTR in Season 3. Never give up, never surrender. So if you watched our launch video for Tier 1, it's a very exciting video, a very motivational video. And yeah, it just focuses on never surrender, never give up kind of scenario. So Dean, a very good example of that tonight. Right, top dog now 11 seconds ahead of Super D, managing that gap very well. 12 seconds between D and Wezo, both on the hards. Razor in fourth at the moment, but he has got a 3-second penalty. 5 seconds for Puffmouse. Sniffalizer under threat from Maxstar. Maxstar now 2.5 seconds. And we still got another 2.5 laps to go. Wow. Gap between Puffmouse and Sniffalizer at the moment is 5 seconds, just over 5. So he can definitely get fit. I don't think fourth will be in him, but yeah, he might just get fifth.
Yeah. Down to 1.5 seconds now.
I think he's just counting till he gets that DRS assistance. Not sure how, in what shape these softs are now. He's been pushing so hard. These softs are now 4 lap old, so I think he's probably got another 2 laps out of the softs premium time. Even if he pushed really hard, I think 6 laps is probably what he will get out of it. And then he's going to start battling. He's going to have to do some kind of management. Still not in DRS, or is he? No?
No, it doesn't look like it.
No, it doesn't look like it. And I'm pretty sure he knows that there's a 5-second penalty waiting for Puffmouse. Puffmouse at the moment is 5.5 seconds ahead of Sniffalizer. So all he really needs to do is just pull a second into Puffmouse, and he's a guaranteed fifth.
Yeah. Oh, Super D 3-second penalty.
Ooh. There we go, first yard assistance for him. It's going to bring him nice and close here. We know this time's probably going to have the superior grip around this section. Let's see if it does. Let's see if he can get anywhere close to him. Following not the easiest thing. Oh yeah, you can just see the superior grip here. Oh yeah, here we go. It's a matter of time. So this is our closest race at the moment, except for Gia Berta. He's chasing after Isitronic. We'll get on board with Gia now. That's for the last scoring points. But let's just see if Maxstar can get past here. DRS assistance. Yeah. There we go. There we go. So Maxstar up into 6th position. And he's got 3 tenths to find within 2 laps. Yellow flag. And that is in sector. It looks like one of the Mercs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely is a Tronic. It's Sean. He lost the position to Gia Berta, so maybe a bit of pressure there for him. Maybe lost the car, but he's now down to 11th. So Gia Berta in 10th scoring position, point scoring position. So there we go. Max already below the 5 seconds. Question is, can Maxstar find another 5 seconds in 2 laps? Let's see.
That will be the question.
We still got lap 28 and 29 to follow. Oh, this is lap 28, is it? Oh, lap 27, sorry.
No. Yeah.
Alright, so let's have a look. Puffmouse at the moment, see if there's any changes to his penalties. No, he's still sitting on 3. Oh, sorry, on 5 seconds. Razor on 3. So that makes Razor sort of like comfortable in 4th. A very good drive by him. But definitely that strategy worked for him. He went on the mediums and the hards. It worked for him. Got him into 4th. Remember, he started last, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah.
Nicholas started all the way in 12th, currently in 4th. I don't think Maxstar will be catching him. Gap between 4th place and Maxstar now 4 seconds. Yeah, a little bit too much. I think 5th is definitely up there for Dean, and I think he knows it. He just needs to protect now from Sniffleizer, because Sniffleizer is coming back at him. Sniffleizer is still in DRS range, yeah, although Sniffleizer also has got no penalties. So it's
Yeah.
not overdone yet. If those softs hit the cliff, ooh, ooh, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh,
It could get exciting on the
it could.
last lap.
So Travis, just getting back to you, you're racing a little bit later tonight in a invitational.
Yeah, racing for DGL Team Cup for SAF, racing around Britain.
Oh,
It's
nice. 50%ers?
quite, yeah, 50% short qualifying.
Okay, and you guys are racing against who? A UK-based team?
There's quite a few. There's a German team. They have a German, their Premier Division, and then they have a junior team. There's some British teams. There's, I think, a Spanish team. It's
Wow, that's
quite a
nice.
worldwide. But
That's very
yeah,
nice.
there's some. One of the guys we race against, URL Salmon. He's part of one of the junior teams. Around Monaco, where we raced last week, he actually holds the world record, faster than Jana Opmeer,
Wow.
which is quite scary actually to think about.
Yeah, look, it's nice to be in a company like that, racing against people like that. Yeah. So if I look at Max Star 3.2 seconds, if he doesn't do anything funny now, doesn't get penalties, doesn't spin out, definitely fit as his. I think the top is all good, but let's have a look at Top Dog. He deserves a bit of attention here on the last lap in a Ferrari. Both Ferraris super drive by the Maranello based Ferrari team. Both of them having a brilliant race after last week. Top Dog obviously having a good race last week, got promoted to third after penalties. So it's a podium for him, second podium in a row for him. So he will be very happy with that. Super D not having the best of days in Australia. He's back with a bang in second. You've got a Renault in third, and then I still think my driver of the day probably Razor. Nicholas, I'm not sure how you feel about that. As Top Dog crosses the line, there we go. Round 2 finished, done and dusted for tier 2. Great win for the Ferrari. Well done, Top Dog. What a great drive by him. 15 seconds ahead of his teammate, and that's comfortable. That is a commanding win from him. I bet you he likes Bahrain after tonight. No matter how he felt about it when he started, he likes it. Super D crossed the line in second for a Ferrari 1-2. Wezo crossing the line in the Renault. He's third. Razor in fourth. This is what we've been waiting for. Is Sportmace going to be in fifth, or is it going to be Maxstar? Let's have a look and see where Maxstar is. Maxstar crosses the
Max got
line.
seventh.
What happened there?
Yeah, I don't remember him having any penalties.
Did he have a spin?
I think he got a 3-second penalty on the last lap. If I look here.
Maybe you could just have a look for us there, but I don't see any penalties this time. That's weird.
No, he's only got 2 warnings. That's very weird.
So, in essence, Sniffleizer jumped him. So I'd just like to go to the race director and just have a look. Nothing, only 2 warnings. Weird. We might get a complaint from him, but I mean, there is stewards for that. For me,
Yeah.
I think he was fit. Not sure what happened there. That's weird.
Yeah, that's very weird. Sounds like Codemasters.
Driver of the day, Razor. I'm glad Codemaster agrees for me for a change. So Nicholas, driver of the day in the racing point, all the way from 12th last to 4th. So very good drive by him. But yeah, so we'll get on. I'm just going to invite the guys onto our comms box so we can ask them some questions. We've got Top Dog, Michael Schumacher lookalike. So he's in first, followed by Super D, and then where's that? So yeah, I'm going to get them into the comms box quickly for us. If you could just hold on for a moment.
Yeah.
All right, and we're back, and I've invited everyone. So a very good race. So confirmation just for you here. Ferrari won two in Bahrain. So I think they'll be extremely chuffed with that. So well done, Ferrari race engineer, which I think is Bob. So well done to Bob. We'll have a chat to Super D just now to see who their race engineer was for tonight. But in essence, a good performance for the Ferrari guys. And then Wezo, a very good third place, winning second third for the season. Obviously finishing third last week with after penalties. The Top Talk making up for that tonight and winning. So that's good. So I think we're still waiting for Wezo to join us, but let's maybe pop in with Super D so far. So I've got Travis here with me in the comms box, race engineer for Tier 1 Red Bull team. D, much better than Australia, buddy.
Yeah, yes, I had a nightmare of a quali in Australia.
Don't talk. I think I had the same as you.
Listen, so when the safety car came out of the last in Australia, my two engineers was fighting if I must split or not, and I got to drive through under the safety car.
Maybe you should just maybe get one engineer, maybe not two, huh?
Yeah.
I think so. It's one decision that you need to listen to. But listen, Australia's gotten past. It's no use in crying over spilt milk. You made up for it tonight. A brilliant second place. Although the gap between you and your teammates probably not where you want it to be, but nevertheless, second race of the season, still 20 to go.
Yeah, look, no stress. So long as my teammate. Once we formed the gap, I just went lean, took it easy, and I didn't want to spin, but we had a brilliant race by Top Dog. Fucking awesome.
Yeah, I think also so, but I think both from the Ferrari team, I mean, it was a very good drive from them. Travis, you want to ask something to D while I've got you still?
Yeah, just a massive congrats on that. That was an awesome drive.
Thank you.
And what made you choose your strategy, if I may ask, and not go with the alternates?
So we were gonna go with a soft, medium, soft, and then we saw we watched a couple of streams and we saw that the medium odds was much better, and especially if we're leading the race with a one stop. If there was a safety car, we would have changed it, but yeah, it was a clean race from everybody, so we just kept to that because we knew if we one stop and we formed a big enough gap, it was impossible for them to catch us.
I also think that the medium, starting on the mediums probably gave you the option of. Look, you can either go medium hard or you can go medium soft medium. If you start on a soft, you're probably forced to go soft medium soft. But you started on the medium, am I right?
No, we started both on the soft.
You went soft hards, not medium hards.
Yeah, 100%.
And what was those hards like at the end of the race, mate?
It wasn't bad, but we were just coasting around the corners, keeping it lean, make sure that we don't spin out because it was not really pressure, it was our race to throw away basically. So yeah, we just looked after the tires and kept it lean most of the corners and stuff like that.
Well done from my side, D. Well done, buddy. I think you deserve to be part of that second place, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Top Dog. Dude. Mate, well done on that. I mean, you obviously got robbed of a third place last week with a penalty and stuff, but you made up for it this week. I mean, to come back from that, and a convincing win. Let's call it that, because I mean, you literally ran away from everyone, 15 seconds ahead of everyone else. Ferrari won too. Bahrain is probably your favorite track at the moment.
It is, yeah. I actually said to Super D last week that Bahrain is actually one of my most favorite tracks, and I love it. So it was, I felt good when I started, and I knew it was going to be a good race, but I didn't think I was going to be leading by that far.
Awesome, and also the alternate strategy was also part of what you guys might have thought. Maybe go soft, medium, soft, but in the end, there was really no pressure on you guys. I think halfway through the race, or even when you guys pitted for the hards, there was not really any pressure around you.
No, luckily there wasn't. I was contemplating my strategy. I wanted to go medium hard, but the engineer just said, listen, do the softs. Maybe a safety car comes, otherwise just push till lap 9. I really struggled the last 2 laps on the softs, but yeah, I made it work, and the hards also, they were quite nice in the end, but they also started getting worn.
So if I do my math now, Lacquer, I know Sniffleizer was leading after round 1 with his win in Australia, you coming 4th. But now with your win with a 4th, if my math is correct, you're leading the championship going into next week will be Vietnam, which is not a lot of people's favorite track. Are you looking forward to that? I know a lot of you guys are racing in other leagues, so obviously you've raced Vietnam before, this year still. So looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it's actually my most favorite, like the
Ah,
street stroke circuit, but yeah, like the closed barrier circuits. I also
well,
enjoy it a lot.
that's a warning sign to everyone. Travis, you want to have a question there at Top Dog here?
Uh, yeah. Firstly, just awesome race. Very,
Thanks, man.
very demanding. But yeah, how if you could have done anything different, would you, or would you have just kept it the same? You know, maybe you would have rather pushed somewhere compared to your teammates, or anything different you would have done, maybe.
No, not really. I was the strategy. I was really nervous with the softs, but yeah, the engineer said go for it, and it actually worked out
I
nice.
tell you what, Super D has done that a couple of times to me in season 2, where he comes up with these funny strategies, and every time Super D's strategy works. So you've got a good teammate with you. He knows his stuff around those circuits, and I mean, he got in a couple of podiums with funny strategies. So, but yeah, well done to the Ferrari team. Well done to your race engineers. Give them a big congrats from our side. And if I'm not mistaken, that's Ferrari leading into Vietnam on the constructors, and then you leading the World Championship going into Vietnam. So well done, buddy.
Thanks a lot, Avila.
Brilliant. We'll see you guys next week.
Thanks,
All right,
Trev.
cheers,
Cheers.
guys.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks, D. Thanks, Top Dog. I don't think Wezo's with us. He had bad internet, so I'm not sure if he's with us. He's not with us. Listen, anyway, that's it from me and Travis. So you can catch all the drama again tomorrow night. We can see if anyone can catch Josh. Josh obviously winning in Australia with Grim, Eugene in third. So you can catch Tier 1 tomorrow night, 7 o'clock in Bahrain again. Travis will be also on the headphones, but on a different color. So I hope Travis made some notes. Travis, good luck for your race tonight. I wish you all the best. And just for everyone that's watching, Travis is the champion winner, the world champion winner for SAF in season 1. And he's also leading season 2 after round 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, round 3 or 4, I think. Yeah, I
3
think
or
it's round
4.
3.
Okay, but congratulations on that and all the best for SAF. And hopefully I can get you in again as a guest very soon in the comms box. Thanks, Trav.
Yep, thank you.
Brilliant. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow night on track. All the best. Thank you for watching. If you can catch all the information on our website, www.ftrf1.com. And have a great evening. Ciao, ciao.